Are you struggling with what to post on Instagram to help you promote that banging new single or that brand new gig that you've got coming up? As we all know, the Instagram platform is ever evolving, but there's some key fundamentals that I keep seeing in the hundreds of DJs that I've been working with and monitoring of social media accounts over the last year, which, if you get these right, you will see Instagram growth in 2023. This will lead you to getting more gigs, more music signs, and more followers on Instagram, which we all want, right? Before we jump in, did you grab my free Instagram guide for DJs and producers for 2023? It's packed with more information, tasks to work out all your content strategy, and so much more. I'm going to link to that in the description, and I'm going to tag it in the first comment as well. Okay, let's get cracking. I've got 9 things that you need to do to level up your Instagram and grow on Instagram in 2023. Okay, the first one is not making the content and really getting in your own way of making what's flying on the platform at the moment. Getting in your own head and thinking you can't make that. I've seen DJs try and post content that actually works in comparison to what their size is, and then they stop because they don't want to be one of those DJs that post content from home and DJs from home. It's completely acceptable now. Everyone's used to seeing DJs at home, and everyone's used to seeing people make content from home. We have DJs in my course, The Artist Blueprint, that have been using that to great effect. In fact, Christina Lacic in this video tells us how she used the strategy to get music signed to the label she wanted to be on. If you haven't watched that video, I'm going to link to that below as well. Go and check it out after this one. Firstly, it shows off the music you love, so it means you build fans and audience around similar tastes in music, which is great. Also, DJing and that sort of content fits into Instagram Reels. People get used to seeing you DJ, people get used to seeing the records you're choosing and actually like you and your content, and then will want to come and see you play live. They'll also get to see your face and build that deeper connection with you as a person. I'm going to keep repeating this all year. We want to see your faces on Instagram. You get much better engagement. Your face is beautiful. You're not ugly. Everyone's face is beautiful. We want to see it. And when you play in front of people in front of a crowd at a gig, they're going to see your face. So start building those connections. It really helps to build an audience. Don't be shy. I'm shy. I'm 6'6" and I'm shy and I'm terrible at it. Also, no one cares what controller you're using. There's DJs like James Hype, Rewire that are making content on 200 quid controllers and they're absolutely flying. There's live streamers like Lizzie Curious who are live streaming to hundreds of people every stream on the most basic controllers. She's actually done an upgrade because her audience and her community funded the next version of her controller because they enjoyed the stream so much. Number 2, engaging with other accounts that make sense to you. This is going to build relationships and build peer groups and build contacts within DJs in the social networks. One of the biggest reasons you don't grow on these platforms is because you simply aren't using them enough. It's that post and then leave. That's not going to help you grow in 2023. Not taking the time to reply to comments and being active engagements is really going to harm your chances of growth. And building relationships in the platform is one of the key social signals that Instagram looks for to help you grow. Are you being social on the social network? Who'd have thought it? A social signal. You don't need to just randomly spam random people. There is an adage out there, you have to go and comment, spend an hour, go and comment on loads of people to drive people to you. You don't. You just have to be active in your right peer groups. So that's your genre, the labels you want to be at, the parties you want to play at, commenting in those places and getting to know people in the comments. And it could be against a case of agreeing with people in other comments. It could be disagreeing with people, but being active, going to build and deeper relationships. Number 3 is make sure your bio and your picture are absolutely singing. And this means make sure your picture is clear. Can you see you and your face? When you're commenting, can you see it's you? Is your face recognizable and your picture recognizable? When you keep popping up in those comments, people are going to start recognizing you, and that's when it's going to drive people back to your page. Also, that bio section is searchable, so make sure when you're setting it up, have you included stuff about yourself, genres you're in, where to book you, and all the kind of detailed information that you need that's just going to help people find you if they're searching in the Instagram search. That section is searchable. It's SEO. You need to optimize that section. Put in keywords like genre names, like record labels into that section. And also don't forget where to book you. Number 4 is not taking the time to spend on your captions. This also leads back from the previous point. Captions are also searchable. This is the bit of the post. You post the post and the bit where you write about the post. Again, take some time to spend on that caption. I actually write mine on my computer in my notes and I put in things like emojis to highlight key points. I'll spend time putting keywords in there. You don't have to write long essays. It's just about really packing maybe 15 lines with hashtags that are right for you. Again, you don't need loads, 3 to 5, but try 20 every now and again, but choose the ones that are applicable to that post. And space stuff out in your captions. Don't bulk it all together. Write it in notes, spend a little bit of time 2 lines at a time. People's eye reads simpler when it's 2 lines at a time. Break stuff up, put emojis around stuff to highlight. Take that time on that caption and put your keywords in there because it's searchable. Like we always say, don't panic and post, plan first, plan your captions, write them all as a batch because you planned your content out. If you ever think, I need to post something, don't. Plan it first. Number 5 is losing consistency. So you've started posting. You've joined our content gym last week and you started our plan last week from last week's video. If you didn't see that, go and check it out here. And I'll link to that again below. You joined our content gym. You're starting on those first little steps to building those content muscles and you're starting to get a little bit of traction, but you just think, oh, it's not enough or it's not doing what it should do. You have to build audience member one at a time and you have to engage with them like we were saying a minute ago. But then all of a sudden you stop because you don't think you're getting the reach. This is where someone else's posts are going to take your reach. What you have to do is keep being consistent. Plan your content. Like we said in the content gym last week, plan your content, work out what you're going to post, make sure it looks cool, and then be consistent and make a content strategy that works for you so that you can be consistent. And then at the end of each month, go back and review the content and look at the stats and look at the traction and look at the engagements and see what worked and what didn't. And be honest with yourself. Would you, if you're watching that piece of content, swipe? And if you can't work that out, every other week on my Twitch streams, I have content review sessions. Simply join our Discord and watch out for those announcements. I basically look through your content and see if it can be improved. I look for your channels and see if we can improve them. And we do content review sessions in our content gym on Fridays. Making content is about ever evolving what you're doing, what's working on the platform, and what your audience likes to watch. Don't ever forget that. This leads into point 6. So keep understanding what's working on Instagram at the moment. Right now, it's Reels and carousels for DJs and producers. Reels bring in new fans, carousels cultivate your current audience and keep them activated. You get loads of engagements on them. That doesn't mean forget about single videos or single image posts. Throw one in every now and again just to understand what's happening. See if Instagram's platform's changed and evolved. Don't forget about stories. Don't forget about lives. Use all the surfaces of the platform. Right, number 7 is a real bugbear of mine, and it's reposting stories all the time and not making original content for your stories. If you can't make original content, just stay off them. You'll actually get a really nice spike of content stories when you do go back on them. Don't just repost all the time of stories that other people have tagged you in, because you just get like really rubbish content all in a row. Unless, and the caveat is, unless it's somebody big, but then you add some depth to it. Add your feelings about what's going on in that post and right over the top of it. Add more depth so it becomes an original piece of content. Film a piece of content before it that says, check out the story that's coming next. I got tagged by so-and-so. I'm buzzing. Number 8 is not including a call to action on your piece of content. You really have to tell people what you want them to do after they've watched that piece of content. And that's what a call to action is. What do you want them to do next? And this is when you plan your content out. You plan it so that you have different call to actions all mixed up. And call to actions could be as simple as read the caption because you're adding more depth in the caption. Or it could be, share this with all your mates, please, because it's a brand new track. It's really banging. I'm really excited about it. Can you get it some more space on Instagram? Can you share it all for me and help me out? It'd mean the world. Or it could be, comment, because that's really going to help me. Comment for my new mix. Which of the tracks in this carousel do you like the most? Maybe you're testing certain sounds with your audience. Maybe you're testing certain artworks with your audience. And finally, number 9 is not adding subtitles to your content where you're speaking to camera. People watch these videos when they're on the loo, when they're sneaking time at work when they're not supposed to be. You know, when it's early in the morning in bed and they're lying there watching them with no sound on. If they're watching them with no sound on, they can't see, they see your lips moving, add the subtitles. Download an app called CapCut. It's absolutely free and it's banging for putting captions on and subtitles on. It takes minutes. It's a great editing tool as well. And then you can add the captions and subtitles to your videos so that when you upload them, people can watch them with sound off. It really, really helps with the reach. And you can add little things that say, check the caption for all the information. Put it visual on screen so people can see them. Which ones of those are you not doing? Which ones resonate with you the most? I'd love to know. Or is there any I've missed? Let me know in the comments. I love reading your comments. So thank you everyone that's been involved in the comments. And I love seeing them grow and getting more engagements in there. Thank you so much to everyone that's commented. Let me know what you're feeling and what you're not feeling. We spoke about our content gym. Did you join it last week? Did you watch that video? Did you like that video? If you didn't watch it, go and check it out, and it helps you understand and make a strategy of what you should be posting on Instagram to get you started in those first steps of making content for your Instagram as a DJ and producer. Next week, I'm going to be back on demos and getting more music signed for 2023, and I'm going to give you my ultimate guide to getting tracks signed. You aren't going to want to miss that. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. I've been Grahame Farmer. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Bye-bye.